It's a 1 hour difference. This is in June, and you can see again, it's the difference between 7 p.m. and 6 p.m. This is September 21st. It starts getting darker over there. 5 p.m. and 4 p.m. and then 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. This is the community engagement. We showed you this before. We had additional meetings since our last meeting. We held a neighborhood meeting last week. Very good questions were asked. Met again with Friends of the Katy Trail. We'll talk about that. And we met with the Oaklawn Park Arlington Hall Conservancy. Before I get to questions, let me show you a couple more things. This is the shade study. This is in your packet. We provided the traffic study not only to the Oaklawn Committee, the traffic study itself. We also sent a copy at the same time to the Vine so that they had access to that, as well as all this data. Okay, here are the additional site plans. I want to show you this rendering right here. For the last 2 years, Lincoln has engaged with Friends of the Katy Trail. They are, in fact, the first group that Lincoln talked to. We learned a couple of days ago that Friends of the Katy Trail has withdrawn their support for this project. I wanted to show you, this is the diagram and graphic that we've been showing to Friends of the Katy Trail. We showed it to them last fall. We showed it to them most recently last week. It shows a 15-foot setback from the Katy Trail, 36 feet up, and 3-to-1 slope. This is exactly the graphic that we have been representing as where the project lies.
That line's going
And this line, this line actually doesn't even hit, just because of the angle of it, it's a plane. This line does not hit any of these buildings. It may look like it from this angle, it doesn't. It's underneath. However, we were informed by Friends of the Katy Trail a couple of days ago that this is not how they want to measure setback and slope from the Katy Trail. And instead, no, I'm going to zoom past this. They want to measure from this setback. We'd understood and been presenting to them 15 feet away from the Katy Trail, 36 feet up, and they informed us instead they want 15 feet back from the property line and 36 feet up in the slope. I want to show you what that looks like, because we met with them, I think it was Friday, and presented this. Okay, I'm going to have you guys, do you guys have it in your packet? For some reason this isn't showing. Yes, I don't know why it's not showing online. 60? You guys can turn to page 60. Okay, 59 and 60. So, what Friends of the Katy Trail said is we want you to go 15 feet in, 36 feet up from the property line, and then do a slope, a 3-to-1 slope. So we did that. We put a plane right across the building. It cuts off about a floor of the building right at the edge. And if you turn to the next page, this is from the Bowen end of the building on page 60. And again, you can see it cuts off the very top of the building. But I want to show you the setbacks from the Katy Trail, because this project sets back much farther than 15 feet from the Katy Trail, which is where a by-right project can be built. This is the property line right here. Here's 37 feet. You can see it right there. Here is 143 feet, 3 feet, actually to the building once you get over the pool deck. And remember, the pool deck is just a floor up. And so the bulk of the building right here is completely open here. We've got a 40-foot setback, 35-foot setback, 62-foot setback, 46-foot setback. This is in addition to the 50-foot setback from this, the property line, to the trail itself. This is set back very far from the Katy Trail. And as you can see from the shade studies that we provided you, if you look in the morning on the shade studies, you're going to see, just like with the By Right versus the Lincoln Project and the shade study on the Vine, there's an hour's difference in the shade. that's produced onto the Katy Trail in the early morning hours. So, we got a question last Thursday about other projects, other MF2 projects, and zoning related to them, and how that zoning might have changed. And so I wanted to walk the committee through this as well. As you'll remember, there was a Transact project last year. It is on McKinney at Monticello, and this is the last page of your document. It had 125 units. Maximum height was between 75 and 85 feet. It's on an acre. I want to point out that this project is almost 4 acres in size, the Lincoln project. This is 1 acre. Lot coverage of 80%, 5 and 6 stories. For those of you familiar with floor area ratio and what it means, 3.5 FAR. The front setback, 15 feet, then 20 feet on the second floor and above. Rear setback, 12 feet, 10-foot side setback. Here's the Saltillo from a few years ago. 258 units, 82 feet high, 2.4 acres, 80% lot coverage, 7 stories, no maximum FAR, 15-foot front setback, 25 feet from Katy Trail and stair stepped, 15 feet side setback. The Provident that was just approved last month by the Oak Lawn Committee, 195 units, 64 feet tall with a parapet, which puts it about 76 feet. 1.8 acres, 70% lot coverage, 5 stories, 3.8 FAR, 10-foot front setback, rear setback was not addressed, 10-foot side setback. Here's the Lincoln project as a reminder. 309 units, 79 feet high, but it's also 70 feet on the other one. On 3.8 acres, 65% lot coverage. That's significantly different from any of these other projects that have been approved. 5 and 6 stories, 2.4 FAR, lower than these other projects. 15-foot ground floor with a 25-foot second floor setback, and everything above. 35 feet from the Katy Trail, and as you saw, that was the smallest point from the Katy Trail, and then a 15-foot side setback. These side setbacks, the rear setback, those don't vary at all. So again, the only thing that Lincoln is asking for is height, and it's also asking for a small amount of lot coverage. I understand there's been a lot of misinformation about this project. It's a disappointment to me because I think zoning cases are lively enough without misinformation, and we can debate the substance without just on the facts. So I'm happy to talk with you more about this project and answer any questions. We would love to have your support.
So, everybody, Dave, do you want to give any questions? Go ahead. Could you talk about the impact on traffic?
Yes, the question was about traffic impact. Last time we presented you a traffic study that was based on numbers from 3 years ago on a project that was larger. It had 520 units. You asked us to go back and analyze the traffic based on current numbers in this project. This project, the numbers get better. There's a less than a second of wait time at the intersections, so less than a second increase in wait time. The intersections do not change as far as their grade level. You know, intersections are graded A through F. Doesn't change that, doesn't impact that. And the folks who did our traffic study, John DeShazo, has been doing this 70 years, spent 10 years as the head engineer at the City of Dallas, the Arts District, North Park Mall. That's the result.
It's not much better.
It is not an impact.
So you said there's only 1 second difference, is that?
Less than a second difference at the intersections and at the exits and entrances to the line.
Brian passed.
Yes. And then I didn't see the person next to me.
Rich didn't have.
No.
He didn't.
Well, we are. No questions. Yeah, I have a question. So there's 541 parking spaces in the building,
Yes.
and currently there are 110 parking spaces, is that correct?
I don't know the number of parking spaces currently.
I believe it's 1 per unit. So you're saying that would generate only 35 more trips during rush hour.